You need to move on from these toxic people and these toxic environments. The inner peace that you are missing, the inner peace that you need, will start when you no longer allow people and environments to dictate how you feel and the way you react and the way you feel about yourself. These toxic people and these environments are stunning your growth, and you have to move on. But also realize that just because something is hard and it's difficult, that doesn't mean it's toxic. Some of the truest and purest forms of love and relationships are extremely difficult because some people have not experienced those things. They don't know how to handle it. Imagine if somebody handed you a $300 million car and told you if this car was to get a scratch on it, the face of humanity would be wiped completely. You probably wouldn't want to drive it. If you did drive it, you would probably be very timid. It would be difficult for you to get in that car. Well, love is the same way. When someone has went through many things and, you've had different experiences, when you get something completely different, it's going to be hard to accept that. It's going to be hard to love a person that hasn't really experienced love before. So I'm not telling you to give up on people. That's not toxic. It can become toxic, but be able to realize the difference. But also realize that broken people are broken. And it's nothing against them, that's just reality. And a poor quality of love and crazy events and toxicity is sometimes all they know. And you can stay there and try and try and try, but sometimes to no avail, you just won't succeed. You have to know when to pull your cards out of the game. And that doesn't mean giving up on somebody. Sometimes people have given up on themselves long ago, and it's not your duty to save them. You love people, you sacrifice things for people, but you cannot sacrifice yourself and run yourself into a hole. Because what if they truly need you one day? You won't even be there. If you want to look at it in the aspect of helping people, I don't want to give up on them. I don't want to abandon them. That was one of my things. I don't want to abandon you, right? Because I've been in situations where I've known people had a past of being abandoned and people walked out of their lives and always giving up on them. And I couldn't fathom turning my back on these people or this person in particular. Like I just couldn't do it. There was no way, she could call me and I not come, no matter what happened. Because I looked into your eyes and I seen that sorrow. But eventually these people get so comfortable with you catering to them that they will treat you any kind of way, thinking that you'll stay around because you have conditioned them to do so. People have to know that there's consequences to their actions, as well as you do. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we do things too. No one's perfect on this earth, but we have to have accountability. And when you go into a situation where accountability is lacking, it will become toxic. And you got to know when it's time to leave. But don't leave just to teach someone a lesson, like I'm going to leave you and teach you a lesson. No, you leave when you learn your lesson. Because sometimes we get all these lessons and we get all this confirmation of what we should do, but we sit there and wait and wait and wait and wait until it beats us up. Then we want to leave to teach people a lesson. Well, they already knew. By this time, they're not even worried about it. They got a whole new world of problems they got in their head. They not even really seeing what you're trying to lay down, right? Some people will sit there and come up with a laundry list of things that they hate about you, when you sitting there overlooking everything just because you feel sorry for them, just because you don't want to start problems. And it's like you gonna walk away from me, or you gonna demonize me because you have sit there and you have become infatuated with everything you don't like about me. We could get in an argument and we could solve things, but you will literally go scrape the earth to find something to hold against me. When I treat you well, when I've done many things for you, I sacrifice time and energy and effort, and these are bare minimum things. But you know the quality of my heart. You know what I do for you. But you'll go find things that have nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? They do that, and they dig for these things, and the reason why they try to find this laundry list of things they don't like about you is because they are not okay with themselves. People will always project their traumas. They will always project things they don't like, their insecurities on you, because they are not okay with themselves. And you have to know when there's a point where you have to quit. Because if you don't, you will become that same monster. We all are that monster. But you can't become consumed by that monster. That monster is your mind. Your mind is strong, but it is also very weak. But the crazy thing about it is that you are in control. So just like you are in control of your mind, just like you are in control of these relationships, you have to know when to take your power. You have to know when this is not fitting for me. I have to move. I have to elevate. This is holding me back. And sometimes, when you leave from these situations, sometimes it comes back full circle and, people grow and things like that. But you gotta know when to leave. Because, I used to think about it, and people would say, like, damn, let me get it together. Let me just slow down. I was associated with people who were in very toxic relationships. And I always wondered, like, why do you keep going back? Like, how can you not leave? And they would say things along the lines of, I just can't leave. I just can't leave. And I'm like, what, he got you tied down or something? Like, he cut your legs off? Like, what you mean you can't leave? I was like, you just don't get it. Like, you just can't leave. And I didn't understand that until I understood. And it is hard. It really is hard. But the thing we usually juggling with or battling with is the woulda, coulda, shouldas. The, oh, but what if I stay? What if I do? And that's a very difficult thing to juggle. You have to be here, be present. What's going on right now? Is this good for me? Is this substantial? Is this healthy? And if it's not checking off those marks, you have to go. Is this stressing me out? Am I under too much pressure? Do I feel like I'm a horrible person when I know I'm doing more than enough for people? It's like, that's not good, man. These people will literally do anything to you and get comfortable and think you're supposed to stay around, and you develop that mindset too because you're consuming that energy. But nothing about that is healthy. Nothing about it is healthy. I'm sure if you're watching this, you've been there. I've been there. We all have had our situations. This is with family too sometimes. It's just not relationship, well, it's a relationship, but intimate relationships and things like that. But you gotta find a way to separate yourself from these people in these events and just do whatever it is that helps you grow. And, to the people that you love and you have to separate yourself with, just wish them the best, and that love never dies. If I tell you I love you, and that's not gonna change. But love is not bondage, so I can't sit here and imprison myself trying to walk on eggshells and, solve problems that aren't even mine. And I've told, people many times, like, if we in this thing together, your problems are my problems, but it gets to a certain point, it's like, look, I can't keep, I can't keep being the bigger person for us because it's breaking my heart. You know what I'm saying? And we leave these people, we get away from these people and get out of these situations and we feel heartbroken, but you are not heartbroken. You are deprived of love. And the love that you are deprived of comes from you. You have to get back to yourself. You have to find yourself again. Climb that ladder back to yourself. Swim across the river because you already burned the bridge. You don't want to burn that bridge back to yourself. Get back to yourself. Fill that hole in you with love from you. Do the things you love and flourish. I guarantee you'll be better. And to the person you still love and, hold dear to you, just, like I said, send them the best, love, send a thought up for them. It's like maybe in another life we can wash dishes together and, lick chocolate off of each other and laugh about how we almost gave up on each other, right? But, life is all about life, and you just got to make the best out of it. Life is not supposed to be up all the time, and life is not supposed to be a struggle all the time. There has to be a balance somewhere, and I can definitely say that a toxic relationship is not the balance you need, or it's not, you're not going to find the balance you need in a toxic relationship. It's just my opinion. And I'm just here to share that with you. So, I love you. Not gonna waste any more of your time. Hopefully you were reminded of some type of information. Hopefully this message resonated with you. If not, definitely save this because there's gonna come a day where you meet a person and they're gonna have talons so sharp and so long that it's going to latch into your little heart. And it's going to be poisonous. And you're not going to want to let go. But you're going to have to. Because if not, you're going to lose yourself. And you don't want to do that. So, heal. Find a way back to yourself. Love on yourself. And I love you. I will talk to you soon.